Okay, welcome back to another episode of Million Dollar Marketing. I'm your host, Jody Sedini. And before we step into what's coming next, I want to take one episode to kind of close the loop on where we've been and share some wins, some clarity moments, and what's really been happening behind the scenes here at Million Dollar Marketing. It's so exciting. So let's dive in. I want to start with some wins because even in the middle of my own personal transformation, my clients have been winning in some really big ways. All right. So we've had funnels that have jumped from, 2% to 3 or 4% conversion. And while that doesn't sound like a lot, that actual like 1% shift literally turn a funnel from barely breaking even into covering ad spend and agency fees. Okay. Just that front end conversion, more sales there brought more people to the OTO page, more purchases of the higher ticket product. It changed the game, you guys. All right, a Google Ads campaign that cleared an insane 28%, no, sorry, 26.8 ROAS in 1 week for a client, a small tweak and a massive result there. Uh, Low cost volume I lowered the cost of lead generation campaigns across multiple clients or campaigns that we rebuilt from scratch. One of them being for a client that we optimized their go high level setup. We restructured their funnels and tightened up their attribution so that we could actually see what was working with that lead gen and going through the whole buyer's journey to see who was purchasing and from which ads. I've had calls with some of our clients and their teams refining launch strategies, refining funnel strategies, their messaging, improving targeting, clarifying their funnels, and up leveling their entire strategy. And then other clients rebuilding their funnels, rewriting their VSL scripts, cutting the overwhelm and gaining clarity, which is the real win behind the win, honestly. You see, these are not just flukes. These are the result of one thing. It's intentional marketing and intentional leadership. Let's be real. So there's a whole shift that I've been thinking about with marketing. It pushed me deeper into some of my very core beliefs about marketing. And number one is that ads will not save a broken offer. I've done a whole podcast about this before, so you can scroll back and look at that one. But really, if you're going to send ads to a broken offer, it's just going to amplify what's not working, which is okay if you're willing to like spend the money to see that and then change what's not working and then start the ads again. All right. Number two is that hustle will not fix unclear messaging. I think I did a show about this one too, but you can't like out hustle your failing messaging strategy in your business. Okay. You can spend more money on ads, you can try to sell more to people, but if you're not clear on your messaging, people are not going to buy from you. And if they are unclear, they don't have that certainty enough to hit buy. Okay. All right. The next one is you cannot scale chaos. Speaking specifically about a client who we were doing a whole lot of volume with lead generation, ton of money on ads, volume of leads, very cheap leads. It was chaotic though, because they would come in and attend this event and then some people would book a call and some people would buy. Okay. Just like they're supposed to. That's supposed to be happening. The return on ad spend was great. It was actually really good. But the problem is it was chaos because the UTM data was not getting passed along. It was not working no matter what we did. So we had to get to work on changing up systems in order for that to happen. And then once we could see the attribution and it was not just chaos, we were able to really focus and understand what was bringing in the high ticket sales. Are we willing to pay twice the amount for a lead that we know is going to convert? The answer is yes, by the way. So, marketing is not tactics, it's a lot of strategy. And it's honestly a lot of leadership. It's me not being afraid to stand in my core values, to stand in what I know to be true about marketing, and actually guide my clients through that as a strategic partner. And you see, that's the thing that is like the belief that led me here to this moment, to this huge shift that's coming up really soon. Okay. Like transparently share what's been happening behind the scenes. Actually, probably not fully transparently because not everybody gets to see, fully behind the scenes. But I'll tell you, the last season of my life and business has been pretty intense. um, I've been really getting clear on my $1 million marketing offer. I've been refining client delivery. I've been rebuilding the $1 million marketing system inside of our agency. We've been scaling performance on Meta and Google, which is amazing. I've been dealing with a very real personal upheaval, which if you know, you know. But I'm not going to be diving into that any further here. But at the same time, becoming stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually. It's been quite the journey. I've been learning though that like leadership is not one-sided. Your business doesn't grow just because you grind harder. Your business grows because you grow. Really. And that's where this name comes from. So here's the birth of this next part of this show. You're going to hear more about this on the launch episodes coming up, but here's the quick version, okay? I hit a point where I realized that my business was never going to outgrow the leader running it. Hey, that's me. My capacity was the ceiling. And because of this intense season that I've had recently, my capacity has been low. Hustle culture was killing entrepreneurs who were called to lead in bigger ways. And so I personally raised my standard. And I'm inviting you to raise yours too. This show is not becoming a fitness podcast. It's not becoming a motivational podcast. It's not here just so I can flex and show my personal results. This is becoming a leadership podcast for high performing founders who understand that success comes from clarity, scaling comes from discipline, and longevity comes from strength. See, this podcast is now the connection bridge from me to the founders that we are partnering with inside of $1 million marketing. It's not just content. This is actually the front door to our entire ecosystem. So let me tell you what is coming because it's exciting. So, episode 1 of this new show, which is actually episode 50 of the entire show, is going to be the story behind the shift. I'm going to share all of that with you a whole lot deeper than what I shared. I've already recorded the episode and I got emotional. I got emotional on that episode. I really, really shared from my heart. So I hope you're looking forward to the release of that. I'm a little bit nervous, not going to lie. And then the following episode is going to outline the framework for the podcast, which is grounded, focused, and fueled. After that, we're going to have weekly conversations with founders who embody this standard of grounded, focused, and fueled. We're going to talk real strategies for ads, funnels, messaging, and most importantly, leadership. We're going to have conversations around leadership. No fluff here. Absolutely no hustle culture BS. I am throwing rocks at that, honestly. It's going to be all substance. This is the new era of my business, and it's the new era of this podcast. I hope that you are excited about this like I am. I've put so much time and energy, like literally flying out to Denver to meet with my coach to kind of really dial in this strategy and make sure that I'm laser focused on where I'm going next and the purpose behind this. So thank you for being here in this transition moment. I know this is kind of a fluky, like, I don't know, kind of a transition podcast show episode. Words, I can word. This season has shaped me in ways that I really didn't expect. I really didn't expect. It's clarified my mission. It has strengthened my belief in myself also. And it's expanded the vision of what I believe is possible and what I believe that I am meant to do. So I'm excited to bring you into this movement with me. The next episode that you hear will be the official launch of the $1 Million Standard. So get ready.